Russia called it a game changer, a tank so advanced it would make NATO rethink everything. The T-14 Armata exploded onto the world stage with bold promises: an unmanned turret, an isolated crew capsule, advanced sensors, and futuristic armor. But nearly a decade later, there's one big question: where is it? For all the hype, the T-14 hasn't made much of an impact in the real world. So today, we're putting it to the test, ranking it against 9 other tanks that prove their worth not with promises, but performance. Is the T-14 the future of warfare? Or is it just a paper tiger? 10. Arjun Mk.4, India's heavyweight hope. India spent decades developing the Arjun, and the latest version, the Mk.4, is finally showing promise. With a 120mm rifle gun, explosive reactive armor, and modern fire control systems, it's built for firepower and crew protection. But it's also heavy, close to 68 tons, which limits mobility in certain terrains like the deserts of Rajasthan. Still, it's a major leap for India's defense industry. While it isn't widely deployed yet, the Arjun shows how countries are pushing to build indigenous tanks that match modern standards. 9. Type 10, Japan's urban operator. Japan's Type 10 isn't as well known as Western or Russian tanks, but it's one of the most technically refined. Lightweight, fast, and fitted with a high-tech fire control system, it's made for Japan's mountainous terrain and tight urban environments. It uses modular armor that can be upgraded on the fly, and it runs on a compact diesel engine with a high power-to-weight ratio. The Type 10 isn't designed for mass invasion. It's a defensive tank built for speed, accuracy, and flexibility, especially in home territory. 8. K2 Black Panther, South Korea's tech marvel. The K2 Black Panther is South Korea's pride, arguably one of the most advanced tanks in the world. It's packed with sensors, a 120mm smoothbore gun, active protection systems, and an autoloader. The K2 also features a sophisticated suspension system that allows it to kneel or tilt depending on the terrain. On paper, it's elite. In testing, it performs. But deployment has been slow, and international sales are still in progress. The K2 proves its capabilities, but like the T-14, it still needs to prove it in large-scale combat. 7. T-14 Armata, Russia's question. The T-14 made its debut in 2015 with a lot of noise. An unmanned turret, armored crew capsule, active protection systems, and next-generation sensors made it look like a tank from the future. But since then, things have gotten quiet. Production delays, high costs, and technical problems have kept it from being deployed widely. A few T-14s were reportedly seen in limited numbers in Ukraine, but without clear combat success. The design is bold, no doubt, but it's untested. That's why, despite all the innovation, the T-14 ranks in the middle of this list. It might one day lead the pack, or it might remain a showpiece that never sees full-scale deployment. 6. Challenger 2, Britain's battle-proven beast. The Challenger 2 has seen real combat, especially in Iraq, where it performed well in urban and desert environments. It's heavily armored, with a unique rifled 120mm gun and a strong reputation for crew survivability. It's not the fastest tank, and its fire control tech is aging compared to newer designs. But its armor protection is among the best. Upgrades are on the way, including new sensors and electronics. The Challenger 2 earns its place because it's proven itself under fire, and it's only getting better. 5. Leclerc, France's forgotten fighter. France's Leclerc is often overlooked, but it's sleek, fast, and extremely efficient. With an autoloader, it only needs a 3-man crew. Its engine is powerful, and its electronic systems give it excellent battlefield awareness. The Leclerc hasn't been deployed in many major wars, which is partly why it gets less attention. But in training and joint NATO missions, it consistently shows high performance. It's a reminder that some of the best machines don't always make headlines, but they're quietly among the most capable. 4. Leopard 2, a 7+, Germany's refined war machine. The Leopard 2 has gone through many versions, And the latest, the 2A7 Plus, is a beast. It has improved armor, an upgraded gun, new optics, and better crew systems. While earlier versions struggled in urban warfare, the new model addresses those weaknesses with added protection and modular kits for different combat zones. It's not flashy, but it's effective. A classic tank that keeps evolving. It combines raw power with modern upgrades, making it one of the most balanced tanks in service today. 3. Merkava Mk.4, Israel's fortress on tracks. The Merkava is different. Built with crew survival in mind, it places the engine at the front to shield the crew compartment. It can carry wounded soldiers or infantry in the rear, making it a mix of tank and armored personnel carrier. The Mk.4 features advanced armor, a powerful gun, and active protection systems that shoot down incoming missiles. In combat, especially in tight and complex terrain like Lebanon and Gaza, the Merkava has performed impressively. It's not just a tank, it's a multi-role combat vehicle that's seen the toughest fights and come out on top. 2. M1A2, Abrams SEPV-3, America's war-tested powerhouse. The M1 Abrams has been fighting since the Gulf War. Over the years, it's been upgraded with new armor, electronics, targeting systems, and crew comforts. The latest version, the SEPV-3, improves power management, defense systems, and command and control tech. It still uses a gas turbine engine, which makes it fast but fuel-hungry. What gives the Abrams its high ranking is simple. It works and it wins. It's seen combat in deserts, cities, and open plains, and keeps evolving to stay relevant. 1. T-90M, Russia's real frontline tank. While the T-14 gets the spotlight, the T-90M is the tank actually fighting on the front lines. This upgraded version of the older T-90 has better armor, modern optics, and improved firepower. It's not futuristic, but it's practical, and that's why Russia relies on it. In Ukraine, the T-90M has taken heavy losses, but that's more about tactics than tank quality. When used correctly, it's agile, deadly, and easier to maintain than the T-14. That's why it tops this list, not because it's the flashiest, but because it's real, available, and fighting today. The T-14 Armata might be the most hyped tank in recent memory. It promises to change warfare with new technology and bold ideas. But until it's mass-produced, deployed widely, and tested in real combat, it stays in the middle of the pack. A tank with potential, but not yet proven. Meanwhile, other tanks, like the T-90M, Abrams, and Merkava, earn their place through real-world performance. Others, like the K2 and Type 10, are strong contenders in specific regions. The future of tank warfare is shifting, but being advanced on paper isn't enough. What matters is showing up, surviving, and winning on the battlefield. The question now is simple. Will the T-14 ever become what it claims to be? Or will it stay a symbol of what could have been?